I'll turn right back around. Give me one reason to stay here, and I'll turn right back around. Said I don't want to leave you lonely. You gotta make me change my mind. Baby, I got your number. Oh, and I know that you got mine. You know that I called you. I called you many times. You can call me, baby. You can call me anytime, but you got to call me. Give me one reason to stay here, and I'll turn right back around. Give me one reason to stay here, and I'll turn right back around. Said I don't want to leave you lonely. You've got to make me change my mind. I don't want no one to squeeze me. They might take away my life. I don't want no one to squeeze me. They might take away my life. I just want someone to hold me, ooh, and rock me through the night. This youthful heart can love you, oh, and give you what you need. This youthful heart can love you, oh, and give you what you need. But I'm too old to go chasing you around, wasting my precious energy. Give me one reason to stay here, and I'll turn right back around. Give me one reason to stay here, and I'll turn right back around. Said I don't want to leave you lonely. You've got to make me change my mind. Baby, just give me one reason. Give me just one reason why. Baby, just give me one reason. Give me just one reason why I should stay. Told you that I loved you, and there ain't no more to say.
Woo! Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
How's everybody doing this morning? Welcome to this show we call Good Morning Nanton Live. We've got a lot of people who are chiming in already and engaging with us, which is awesome. So I showed them up on the screen while you guys were playing. Mom's here this morning. Garrett's here this morning. Becky says good morning to everybody. She said she misses us over at the Wagon Wheel doing our karaoke every Tuesday. We miss you too, Becky. And then Shalane said great tune for a kitchen dance party. So she's rocking out in her kitchen here. Then we have Lori. Hey, Lori, welcome to the show here. Nice to see you again. And, oh, look at this. Heidi-ho, neighbors, the Hidden Gem. We haven't had them on for a while, so they've been busy, I'm sure, opening up that other location in Kensington and Calgary. And then Natasha here, she said, that's one of my favorite songs. Great job.
Awesome.
So it's one of my favorite songs, too. I absolutely love that song. So we've got a ton of stuff happening here today. So we've got, of course... Let's go down the list because we got Mike in the studio with us today, which means that Amanda is not in the studio with us. But I'm going to bring Mike in right away here. So, Mike, are you ready to go? He's right behind me here. So, you good? Yeah, he's good. Okay, so there, look at that. See,
Good morning.
I wasn't going to try to fool everybody that was actually Amanda. I didn't think you'd fall for it. So, so we got Mike Cooper is in the studio with us, and we'll pop him in every once in a while because we've got a concert that's coming up actually this month, and Mike is kind of responsible for all that. He does Mosquito Creek Music in town, so they do the open jams Thursday night at the community center. And he brings, different artists and musicians into town. So we're going to talk to Mike about that. Now, Mike, you said there was somebody on here, Steve Wild Sr.
There, yeah.
So Steve Wild Sr. So he said hi to you when you get here. You've been here the whole time. So we've been having great conversation here, good laughs. And who's Steve? Tell us who Steve is.
We're guitar buddies, and he worked on our house when we were getting it built almost 4 years ago now. So that's where we met and played guitar together for a few years. And
cool, awesome. And we got Randy. Randy's Mike looks like the man, not Amanda Buster. That's correct. Now, where is Amanda? So where's Amanda here this morning? Let's find out. Let's see. Well, what's this? I brought Amanda in. Amanda, can you hear us okay? Oh, no, she's gone.
No, I can hear you.
Okay, there you go. You're back now. So you can hear us okay? So slow down. Let's see if people can guess where we are here today. So now we were joking because, and this might be a hint for a lot of people watching, this might be a hint of where you are. You have to be kind of careful the close-ups you do on some of the things that are in there.
Yeah, there's
because it
something to
might
my
not
left.
be appropriate. Might not be appropriate.
Something on my left I'm trying to dodge.
Yeah. for family viewing here this morning. So we're gonna bring you back in just a little while, and we're gonna talk to Pam Woodall because I think everybody knows that let's see. Oh, Shalane, look at this. Says one of my favorite places in Nanton because I said so. We haven't had Pam on the show for a while, and since we have Mike here today, and then we've got Tim, Tim Isberg, who's going to be performing in Nanton here in just a little while at the close to the end of the month. What's the date on that, Mike? I've got it.
Friday 23rd.
23rd, is that what it is? Friday the 23rd?
25th.
Oh, 25th.
Sorry.
Okay. So we'll get that right throughout the show here. So, and I do have the poster. I just am not looking at it right now. So 25th, Tim's going to be in town, and also Alan and Arnell are going to be performing and opening up for him. Is that right,
They're doing
Mike?
the opening, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And they're local from just south of High River.
Yeah. So Dana Banana, of course, joining us here this morning. Always love to have her on. And we've got Elaine Mitchell saying good morning to everybody. And Mary saying great place, which is because I said so. So we're going to talk to Pam in just a little bit here because she is. And I'm going to, oh, there we go. So Toria says, because I said so, everybody knows what this place is. That's great. So people who are new on here and maybe have never been in there, maybe you're new to town or you've never been to Nanton and you find yourself popping through sometime, this is a place you're going to want to stop and check out. So they've got a lot of great stuff in there, but we'll get to that in just a little bit and talk more about it a little bit later. So we'll see you in a bit there. Okay, Amanda?
Okie doke.
Okay. So popping her out, and we've got Dorothy Kent, who's going to be joining us today as well, and she's from the Kozy Korner. We've gotten together here recently, kind of chat a little bit more about what the Kozy Korner does and who they, what their demographic is and what they do there and who they're trying to help and how. So we're going to talk to Dorothy in just a little bit as well, and that's pretty much our show as far as guests. But we always have. I'm going to bring you in, Mac. Are you ready? Morning Mac, so that she's ready. There we go. Mac is here. Of course, she's going to be telling us her joke of the day, so everybody get ready for that. So near the end of the show, we'll have her back on, and she can share a funny with everybody or a groaner, whatever it ends up being. I think my favorite was it last week was my favorite? No, it was the week before, right? My favorite joke is still why the chicken went to the seance to get to the other side. That's still my favorite on the show so far. I love that one. So, Mike, I'm going to pop you out as well, and we'll get back to you here in a few minutes, and we'll talk about what you're up to. We've got a lot of people who are popping in here and saying hi. So, Dana Banana popped in again and said, hope Pam has fixed her very expansion coffee bean, or maybe she means expensive. And you know what's funny? She says that. We were actually not going to bring that She does have coffee, but that particular coffee machine has been giving her some trouble, so we weren't even going to talk about that.
There were two things we weren't supposed to bring up this morning.
That's
Dave.
right.
That was one of them.
Yeah, well, not my fault. Not my fault. Dana Banana brought it up, so let's see. We've got Oscar. Oscar here. Keep it clean, Mac. Oh, my goodness, Oscar. Speaking of Oscar, I think that's a good time and a good segue into talking about our birthdays. So why don't we do that right now? Let's see who's having birthdays today. So Gianna Arcus. Hope I'm saying all these names properly. Alice Alcock, we've got a birthday for you. Whitney Greggs is having a birthday this week. Chris Kohut having a birthday as well. Dana Dickens, happy birthday to you. Oscar Anderson, there he is. Oh, that's a great pick, Mac. That's a great pick of Oscar. I love that one. Mackenzie Dozeman helps us with the birthday, so she's picking the pictures here, and I love that picture. And then we've got Gary Cooper. Now, that's an interesting picture of Gary Cooper. I'm not sure that's actually Gary Cooper, but that's okay. Max, if you know who Gary Cooper is, then you'll know what he looks like. So just ignore that. It's okay, Mac. That will Mac doesn't know who Gary Cooper is. We should have caught that one earlier. I'm sorry. Okay, so why don't we sing happy birthday and to all these people, including this very handsome, sexy looking Gary Cooper. He really looks like a movie star there. Okay, happy birthday, everybody.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Gianna, Alice, Whitney, Christina, Oscar, and Gary. Happy birthday to you.
Dave? we can't hear you, Dave.
Sorry, my mic was off. I apologize. I'm sorry. I was so enthralled with this picture of Gary Cooper here. That is not Gary Cooper, but is, I'm sure that's what anybody wants to look like a hunk of a movie star. And we are actually another great segue because we got another hunk of a movie star we're going to be talking about in the show later on. So that's funny. I'm sorry. I was just so enjoying this whole Gary Cooper picture right here. So I apologize. Anyway. Okay, we're back at it, so happy birthday to everybody. And we are going to pop you out because we got to get on with the rest of the show. We got a lot of stuff to fit in, including Catch the Kitten. So Catch the Kitten is going to be coming up, and we're going to do it the same way as we've done it the last couple of weeks, which means that we are going to have everybody participate, but it's going to be the first person who guesses a number between 1 and 20 that is actually going to be eligible to win the prizes. What are the prizes that we've got today? Well, look at this. We've still got our $80 in gift certificates for Fresh Mart. So there you go, $80 in food that you can get. And we're up to, I love this, we're up to $150 this week. So somebody can win $150 in cash and the $80 gift certificates from Fresh Mart. So stick around. We'll be doing that closer to the end of the... Oh, look at this. Garrett actually got in there already. He got in with number 13. I didn't call for it, Garrett. I didn't call for it, but you know what? I might let you play. So we'll keep that one in mind there. And when I call, then everybody gets to take a guess. But Garrett was on the ball on that one. Good job, Garrett. Okay, so let's now bring in Dorothy. I'm going to talk to Dorothy and let's see and make sure that Dorothy's ready to go. So Dorothy, I'm going to pop you in here and see, are you good to go?
You bet.
Oh, perfect. Oh, you sound great. You look great. Where are you hanging out right now?
I'm at the Kozy Korner Senior Center. We'd like to invite all our old friends back and new friends.
Okay, so Kozy Korner. Now you guys now tell me correct me if I'm wrong here, but have you guys just opened everything back up there at the Kozy Korner?
Yeah, we followed the mandates for the province of Alberta, so we've opened up everything. You don't need a QR code anymore. You don't need masks, so everybody's welcomed back with open arms.
Excellent. Okay, so this is the Kozy Korner right here. So do you have the exact address there for people who might be interested? And this is also very important. And if you don't, that's okay. You guys are on 20th Street. I know that because you're right behind us, and we're on 21st Street. So you're on 20th Street, right across the corner from the pharmacy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so that's where you guys are located. And the other really important thing to note is your demographic. So what ages do you guys serve?
55 plus.
55 plus. Okay, right. So I'm actually not allowed to even go there yet. So
No.
I'm a little bit jealous about that.
Well, we're jealous of you.
Well, I think you guys are you guys look like a great group to be hanging out with and having some fun with. I mean, I got some pictures here that I pulled. So look at these things that you can do at the Kozy Korner. Now, do you want to kind of explain some of the stuff that you guys do there and kind of share with everybody? Because we got people who are new to town who maybe don't know anything about it. So give us a rundown on what the Kozy Korner is, what you do, and what's your purpose.
Okay, it's we have 2 shuffleboards, and we play every Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at 1:00. We also have a card group coming. We have spades playing on Monday and canasta on Wednesday. Crib goes Monday night. We have pool Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and there's 5 tables.
Now, hold on. I've got a pool picture here. So there we go. There's a few of the tables there we can see.
Right.
Okay.
We've got full kitchen facilities. We've also got a small exercise area with some equipment downstairs, too, for people to use.
Okay.
Everything here, it's $30 for a year's membership, and you can use any or all the facilities for that price. We're wanting to bring back more events that we used to have, such as music, and we had magic shows years ago, different things like that. We're also looking at doing special suppers like Mother's Day suppers or Christmas dinners, or another thing that was brought up is maybe a morning coffee hour. And when it's nice out, I think we're going to set tables outside on the patio here. And you can come down and visit us and chat and have a coffee.
Oh, that's awesome. That is so great. Now, I'm going to ask as well. So we were seeing some pictures here and I'm just going to pull your name off of this so we see the whole thing. So we've got the ladies here. They're all playing. What do you guys play there? Cribbage, right? Cribbage is one of my favorite games.
Yeah, cribbage.
And you guys
and
bridge.
No, we don't have enough players to play bridge. We've got some signed up, but we need more people. So if any newcomers want to come, we're all willing to do more events or more activities if more people want things. We also have bingo on Thursday afternoons at 1:45.
Oh, that's one of my favorites. Bingo, man. Yeah. Okay, so we've got the crib players. And now, are you guys open to learning some different card games as well?
Absolutely.
Because I've got this great one. It's called Pig, where you put spoons in the middle, and then if you get a proper hand, you all have to dive into the middle of the table and try to grab a spoon. And there's one spoon short of people, so there's going to be one person that's going to be left out, and they're kicked out. It's kind of like a musical chairs.
That's what I was going to say. That's what it sounds like. Yeah.
That's what it is. And so everybody has to dive in the middle, grab a spoon, and whoever doesn't get one, they're kicked out that round, and then you continue on. Usually there's tables that are breaking. The legs are breaking. People are flying over each other. So
hips are breaking.
Hips are breaking. Exactly. So if this is something you guys are interested in learning, I have no problem. I'd love to come and teach you that game.
I think I'll pass on that one.
Okay, so we've got all these things that are happening there. Now, what were you saying that some of the things that you used to do again that you want to bring back? Some of those dinners and... Yeah,
and then we had local talent like music bands come in and perform here at nighttime for us, and you'd pay a little entrance fee and come in and listen to them. We've had, now I'm talking years ago, magic shows, and we've had potluck dinners, which we're going to start bringing back now that the mandates are gone. A lot of things are going to start coming up now that we can do that we weren't allowed to do for this last 2 years. So
wow,
that's what we're hoping for, and we need a lot of members because we really depend on volunteers. The volunteers are what makes this place great.
Right. So. Yeah. I've got Elaine Mitchell here. Do you know Elaine Mitchell?
Oh, absolutely. Her and I
Okay.
were friends when she was living in town. We're still friends on Facebook.
Are you? Okay. So then so this is directed at you then? Morning Dot?
Yep. You
That
bet.
is you. Okay. Okay, good.
Yep.
I want to make sure I'm directing it to the proper person here. So,
You
John Dozeman saying good morning, Nanton. He's also saying such an awesome facility.
John is our back alley neighbor, which I think is Mackenzie's dad, right?
That is Mackenzie's dad. That's right.
Yep.
So you're back alley neighbor at home, but you're my back alley neighbor at the facility there.
Kozy Korner, yes.
Right. Okay. So yeah. So John knows how great the facility is. I've heard great things about the facility. We haven't been in town long, a couple of years now, but ever since moving here, we heard all about the Kozy Korner and how great it is for the community. I think I might have missed this one. This one is just Lee saying good morning, folks. I want to make sure I point that one out as well. So. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to talk about is you guys have now introduced a little bit of a new service into the Kozy Korner. Is that correct? Am I correct here in mentioning that you're introducing this new service into the Kozy Korner? Is that
right? David and I got together yesterday down here at the Kozy Korner, and we're setting up Euro Radio for the Kozy Korner so we can listen to hockey games when they're broadcast. We can listen to the Euro Radio. He's got awesome music. I mean, you've got such a great mix of music.
It is a great mix. I want to get video of the people dancing there to some of the new pop and the new dance music that's coming out on the station. That's what I want to see.
Well, it'd be the old dancing, like the twist and the hitchhiker. And
I think that would be awesome. Now, the other thing I think people need to look forward to is you guys have TVs there, right?
No, we don't.
Oh, you don't have TVs, so
no.
you just have the audio system.
We just have the audio system.
But if we put a computer and set up a computer on a table and open that up, and maybe everybody got together and cheered on the Toronto Blue Jays and watched some sports or something like that. I mean, you guys play every other game. Why can't you get together and cheer on some professional sports as well? You can do that.
That's a great idea too. We never even thought about that because we don't have visual here. But that's a good thing too. With our coffee hours, we can do that at nighttime also. So
yeah.
Whenever it's on, and people that don't have access to that, that'd be a great way to come down and watch.
I think it'd be really cool actually, because there's a couple places in town, but maybe that show some of the sporting events, the big ones. But I think a place like that where you can get together with your friends. It's the age demographic that you speak to, and you can get together. And I mean, even when you're 50 plus. Or 50, you said 55 plus, right?
55 plus.
Yeah, 55 plus. Even when you're 55 plus, you're still cheering on your favorite, baseball teams, your hockey teams, your football teams, whatever. So what a great place to get together and maybe eat some popcorn and have some fun.
And that would be great too, because I know you videotape the Palominos also, and a lot of these people that are in here can't handle the cold in the rink. So that would be a great place to put it on here, and then they can still see their favorite team.
That's right.
But see it in the warmth of a place where they can sit down and have coffee at a table with a little bit more comfortable chairs.
Exactly. So that's great. I'm glad we talked about this. This is amazing. So
we got lots of great ideas.
That's awesome. Yes. What did John say? John said, so true about volunteers making things work. Kudos to you and the group, Dorothy. So
thanks, John.
That's great. Okay, well, I look forward to that. When I turn 55, I'm coming over, and we're going to watch some hockey games together and play some pool and all that kind of stuff, okay?
You bet. And if you want a tour of this place before you turn 55, you're sure welcome to come on in and take a look around.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Dorothy. I appreciate you coming on, and have a great weekend. We will talk later, okay?
Awesome. Thanks, David. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Okay, that's great. Now I'm just going to check in here with our house band and see how you guys are doing. Everything's good? Looks like I caught you, but don't you do that. Don't you do that. Don't. We discussed that. That's an inside joke that's not supposed to be shared.
You popped the camera to me unexpectedly.
Too bad. Well, you know what? For that, you're done. You're done. You're out of here.
Stop your dunning people.
Well, you taught me how to do your done, Mackenzie. So that's where I learned it from. Okay, so let's see what else we've got going on here. So let's check back in with Amanda and Pam over at Because I Said So, and then we're going to bring Tim in, and we've got Mike Cooper in the studio here, and I've got some good stuff for Tim. I think Tim's going to have some fun with us here, so hopefully he's not going to kill me when he gets into Nanton, because I'm going to surprise him with something here. So Tim, I know you're there. I know you're listening. Be ready, buddy. So I'm going to pop you guys out. Let's check back with Amanda over at Because I Said So. Let's see. So Amanda, there you are.
Yeah.
And there's Pam.
Yeah.
So you know what? And Mackenzie, say bye to everybody for a second, because I'm going to pop you back out. So bye. I am going to actually bring something up here. So Pam is our chamber spotlight business today. So Because I Said So is going to be that Nanton Chamber of Commerce business spotlight that we do every week. And so we're going to chat with Pam here about Because I Said So, which so many people have popped on already and just said they love the store. And so for the people that are new in town, we want to make sure that you guys are familiar and aware of Pam's store and what she does there. So Amanda, I'm going to let you take this interview over because you're right there talking to her. And so you can chat with her. So... No, you weren't ready for that. I thought we.
Pam? Yeah, we should probably
Yeah, you come over there. There you go. Okay, perfect. Okay, so I'm going to let Amanda talk to Pam and introduce the community to her, and let's talk about everything that her wonderful store does. So.
Okay. Hi, Pam.
Hi, Amanda.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. We've been chatting for like an hour now, so I just feel
I'm so
like
tired of talking to Amanda, but okay, I'll keep talking.
we have this like really weird pocket where nobody's come in yet, and I'm sure somebody will come in right now.
Probably because we don't want them to.
Please tell us about your store and how you started it, and yeah.
Well, I started my store because I used to have a cafe, and when I was finished making food for people, which I loved, by the way. But when I was tired of that, I wanted to take all my retail stuff that I had accumulated while I was doing cafe work and move it into a shop. So I took my coffee machine and all my cool cards and things and moved over to this great little historic, big historic building, and I have a little space in it. So I'm in the original Nanton News building on the corner of 19th Street and Highway 2 South. It was built in 1907, I think. Sheena might be able to correct me on that. I could be off by a year or two. And it's a fantastic old building, and it had room for all of my acquired cool stuff. So that's basically the short story of how I have a retail store here in Nanton. At the time, there weren't a lot of other little boutique shops. There were some fantastic antique shops, of course, and classic rodeo. Mosaic was here. The candy store was here, but little boutique shops, there weren't a whole lot of those. So we kind of filled a niche.
We've got some comments coming in here, Amanda, if you want to just share them with her. So we don't know who this is. An anonymous Facebook user says,
Probably
yeah, Because I Said So is amazing. What do you think, Lorraine?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah? Okay, well, let's say it's Lorraine for now.
Good game. Get the commenter.
Yeah. We should win prizes for this one. And then we've got Dana Banana, two of the busiest ladies in Nanton. Awesome. So you two right there. I think that's a great segue
I think
to maybe.
we should play a game. Guess the committees were not both on.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good game to play. Yeah, we'll give some money away for that one. So that is true, and I think that's a great segue. Maybe not a natural one to be talking about the service groups that you belong to, but I mean, you do a lot of volunteering in town, and Dana just basically alluded to it. So why don't we talk a little bit about what groups you belong to and what you have done, what you're doing now.
Sure. So when we first moved to town, so that was $1.5 million or 25 years ago or so, I had a couple of small children, so natural fit was to go sit on the AB Daily Parent Council, the school council there. So did that for a few years. And of course, I grew up in a small town in Ontario, and this is how small towns tend to work. You volunteer on committees and groups and projects and get things done. So started with school council and just naturally moved on to some more school groups like the Visions Committee. When I opened a business, I joined the Chamber. That was a natural fit, and the Antique and Art Walk as well at the time. My friend Sharon Davis was executive director of the Nanton Quality of Life Foundation at that time, so she gently bullied me onto that committee, which I'm still on, which is a fantastic group. I joined Project Read, which was the precursor sort of, or the literacy program through the province, through the Willow Creek Community Adult Learning Society. So I was on the Project Read board as well as the WCC ALS, and at a certain point we then invented the Nanton Literacy and Learning Society to continue a very locally centered project, which is our used book corner, which supports lots of programs about literacy and learning here in Nanton. What else? I'm on the Nanton and Area Physician Attraction and Retention Committee, which probably most people don't know about, but it's
I didn't know. That was a surprise. I didn't know about that one.
So, well, that is one that we formed a number of years ago when we were really struggling to get some new doctors here in town. So it is an ongoing committee. We don't meet all the time. We once a month we organize lunch for the medical clinic staff, which is kind of fun, just as a little thank you. But most of our work is happens when we need to sort of recruit a new doctor or two in town. So that's a committee that can go quiet for a little while, which is kind of nice to have a little break on that. Chamber, of course, a Grain Elevator Society. So I joined that in August of 2020. I guess that's been a fast and slow couple of years at the same time, because we really needed some more. We had some great volunteers for many years there, but of course, as we all know, volunteers burn out and you end up not having as much energy as you had to begin with. So we got a great new crew on there, and so we're on that as well. Of course, Amanda's on that as well as the Chamber. So yeah, there's probably some more I can't remember right now, but
wow. I'm tired.
Everybody knows this is how our community works and thrives. And so
you've tired me out just by listing everything that you do.
Also, she's like the designated ticket master of Nanton, because if you ever need tickets for an event happening, Pam is there.
Well, I was
way less than Ticketmaster.
Yeah.
Small fee.
I was going to bring that up, so I think that's a great segue into the book corner. We'll talk about the book corner. We'll also talk about the music and the local musicians that you support there and how you support them.
Yeah, right. So when I had the Main Street Cafe, the owners of the building, actually, Brenda and Peter, they had started with, I think, the assistance of Lance Lurie to bring in music fairly regularly, live little music concerts, which were great. So when I took over the cafe, I wanted to continue that. So we had live music probably every couple of weeks for the 4.5 years that I was there, and it was amazing. Musicians loved it. That's kind of where we came up with the Nanton's On the Way to Everywhere, because people would say, why do so many musicians come and stop and play in Nanton? It's because, well, we're literally on the way to everywhere that they're going to play elsewhere. Mm-hmm. They have to go through Nanton. So if they're going to the Ironwood, they're going to the Slice in Lethbridge or Calgary, they have to come through here. They might as well play. And they really enjoyed it. So as part of that, many of them were selling CDs, but with no other sort of location to get them. So if you missed their concert or, you just wanted to hear some new music, there wasn't really a way to do that. So I started just buying their CDs outright to sell in my shop, and it turned into kind of a nice little project. So I have lots and lots of CDs here from people who are somewhat well known in the area, like John Lord Hannum and Charlie Ewing, Scott Cook from Edmonton, Carter Felker, and other folks that you might not know of. Some other great local projects like Francis Gardner, who was a local rancher who died a number of years ago, but whose family sort of discovered some tapes he had made of his own music.
Mm-hmm.
And got Steve Lurie of Crabapple Downs studio in town here involved, and they put out a fantastic CD of Francis's songs, done by Matt Robertson and backing musicians, and it's just amazing. So that's both entertaining and local history. It's fantastic. So we have quite a great selection of local and musicians from elsewhere who've all played in Nanton or area. We'll stretch that to High River sometimes.
Wow, that's amazing. It's amazing that you support all the local musicians in that way. And of course, we've got Tim Isberg, who's going to be coming on the show, and he's going to actually perform for us today. So you've got the tickets that are going to be on sale and are on sale right now. Mike Cooper is going to talk a little bit about that. But speaking of people locally who are into music, I'm just wondering, does this bring up any memories for you at all when we put this on the screen? Is that something? Yeah,
bring up a memory.
Yeah. How positive? How positive was?
Super positive. It wasn't terrifying. I'd never done sort of a karaoke type thing before, so it was actually really fun. Yeah, I was surprised how fun it was.
So, well, and you sold that one there as well. So we thank you very much for helping us out with that. But yes, Pam can be heard on the Not So Perfect Christmas album, which I know we're way past Christmas now. So maybe.
Oh, Christmas is all year long for lots of people. Yeah.
Is it? Okay. So that
listens to Christmas music all year long.
So my goodness.
So that means that John can pick up his inappropriate socks at any time for Christmas then, as this is his spot, because I said so, for inappropriate socks, as John points out just now. So.
That's perfect.
Oh, that's funny. You know what? I didn't see this. I didn't see Dana said, and Pam sings too, which is exactly what we were talking about. Now it sounds like you might have a customer that came in. Okay, so why don't we let you get to your customer, because, it's important to continue running your business there. So let's get to the customer, and you know what? We're gonna say thanks to Pam right now, because she's getting busy, and we can take a look at. Do you have any favorite things there, Amanda?
I'm just doing some shopping, maybe.
Are you? You're gonna come home with a bunch of stuff?
As usual, when I'm live on location, I usually come home with something.
That's right.
That's why I like doing it.
That's right. So again, you got to be careful with some of the stuff you show on there, because some of it's not appropriate for family-friendly viewing. But look at right behind you on the door. We talked last week about the toilets. See?
Oh yeah, Pam's got her where to go.
Sign
up there. So.
Awesome.
Lovely washroom to use.
That's great. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think we'll let you go, because we've got to get to Mike and Tim here. So thank you very much for being live on location again there, Amanda. And we'll say bye to Pam. Have a good day, Pam. Have a good weekend. Thanks for supporting all the local musicians. We'll talk to you later. Okay, let's pop that out. And now we're going to pop in some other people in town here who we need to talk to, because we've got some events coming up. And, well, Mike, you're kind of in charge of this event. So why don't we also pop Tim Isberg in? And I hope I'm pronouncing that last name right. We kind of had a talk about that. I'm going to bring Jason in a second here. So, Tim, so I got that right? It's Isberg, not Isberg?
You do.
Okay, yep. Perfect. And then we've got Jason. Now, I don't know if you remember Jason here, but Jason was telling me that he had actually worked with you, or played bass for you back when the High River floods had happened. So now, do you recall Jason? I'm sure that you do a lot of
how can you miss Jason?
Okay. I was wondering. Yeah. Okay. So you know what? Jason and Vanessa, they are our house band for the show. So they always open up the show and close the show. But today they're gonna sit back, relax, and enjoy you taking over the middle part of the show, because you're gonna perform one song for us. So I'm gonna sit you guys to the background there and enjoy while we talk to Tim Isberg and Mike Cooper here, who are in charge. Well, Mike being in charge of Mosquito Creek Music, and I'm actually going to share that right now. So let me bring this up here. I've got a Facebook page that looks like Mosquito Creek Music right there. So is that your new logo there, Mike?
Yeah. Jeanette just put that logo together for us very recently, so
cool.
Maybe someday it'll appear on some T-shirts, and
that's a good idea. Hey, you got
a banner behind the stage eventually.
Well, everything that you do, I mean, you guys are always raising money for things in the community, right? So, tell us some of the things that you're raising money for.
Well, at the moment, it's just trying to keep the doors open at the community hall, because obviously it's been closed for a couple of years. The last 2 summers we had the stage down at the campground for an open mic type of format, and everything that we raised there was going towards new campground playground facility. I can't tell you exactly how much we've raised. Somebody might correct me, but I'm going to say around $15,000 or $16,000 over a couple of years.
Oh, that's amazing!
And so now I believe the Lions are looking for some matching grants to get that underway.
That's really cool.
You may know more about that end of it than me.
Yes, well, I can share. I can find out some more information, and share it with everybody. But I wanted to also talk, of course, about, and we confirmed it's the 25th of March, yes. Right? So 25th of March. So Tim, don't come early. Don't come on the 23rd or whatever we mentioned before, because we were wrong there. But the 25th of March. Now I do have some of the posters here, so I'm going to show everybody what we've got. So this is the poster here to promote it. So there it is, Friday, March 25th, 8 p.m. Doors 7:30. They will open up. You got advance tickets at Because I Said So. We just talked to Pam. They're $20 and $25 at the door. So this is Tim who's joining us here. Now, Tim, I noticed something. Now, as a musician, we can ask you lots of things about your inspiration and what got you into music and the art of music and where you want to go with it and your philosophy around it. But I think the most important thing here is I happen to catch a picture here of you, and I just think that mustache is so beautiful. It kind of reminded me of somebody. Yeah. And I'm just wondering if you get confused a lot. People confuse you a lot for Tom Selleck, because that is one. Let's blow this mustache up. Let's take a look at this. Look at this mustache. Oh my goodness. So I'm sorry. I just couldn't help myself, Tim.
I'm basically stuck in a 1970s Sears catalog still. This is where I'm at in my life.
So let's find out now. So all jokes aside, let's find out a little bit about you and your history. So tell us about now you're in Edmonton, right?
Yeah, I'm just outside of Edmonton in a place called Sherwood Park now. It's not my hometown particularly. Fort Macleod, Alberta is my hometown.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not that far from Nanton in my memories. And yes, like Pam says, you pass through Nanton to get into anywhere, pretty much. And Fort Macleod is sort of similar in terms of a Highway 3 east-west scenario, right? But I've been in Edmonton for a number of years. I'm 35-year veteran of the Canadian Army, and you kind of move around a bit. But I spent a lot of time in Edmonton, or in and out of Edmonton. And I was, my last overseas posting, I was living and working in Jerusalem. Mm-hmm. This before I was deployed to Afghanistan. And I was living in Edmonton in a condo, and we just decided to try to find a house somewhere, and we found a house in Sherwood Park. So we've been here now about 10 or 11 years, I guess. So I'm based here now, and I'm not sure if I'm moving someday in the future. I guess the bank will tell me, depending how things go.
Yeah,
but I'm based in Edmonton, and it's a good music community. Actually, there's a lot of great players like Calgary. They're two totally different cities when it comes to music and groups, really, but they're both fun to be around. And with Edmonton, I've been able to collaborate with some people or play in lots of different venues or different types of things and meet lots of great musicians. There's a lot of great concerts that come through this city that if you have the opportunity and the money to do so, they're fantastic, and a lot of local artists that are playing. So yeah, I've been able to share my music locally, and but also because I'm an Albertan at heart, I get around Alberta a lot, and that's what I'm trying to do this March and April, move around a little bit and try to reconnect after 2 years of doing virtually not much at all.
Yeah. Well, and that's not too much different than everybody else who's in the music industry, right? It's been a tough couple of years, and so how have you been keeping yourself practiced over the last couple of years here? You didn't just wait for the bookings to come in and then start practicing again and getting back on there and getting the rust off.
Yeah, no, early on we started doing those online things, which we're still doing. In fact, we're doing it today. I did some writing, and I've been working on a project that I'm considering for the near future, maybe next year. I'm doing university courses. I'm working part-time, and I've got a home life, of course, that keeps me busy. But in terms of music, I try to keep the band together a little bit. And, when we could, we'd rehearse or do a show, or just make a rehearsal, or we do an outdoor concert or something, just to keep things a little bit smooth and keep the rust off of us. And so I've been doing that. And the project, one of the courses, or some of the courses I'm taking in this degree program, is Western Canadian history. So I kind of was inspired a little bit by some of the things that I've been reading, and a lot of the things that I knew about, but I'm finding out much more about now. Mm-hmm. And that has to do with just things that happened in the 19th century across the Western Plains, namely Saskatchewan and Manitoba and Alberta, to be specific. So I'm writing basically a concept album, I think, that will tell stories based on real life events or real historical events, and put that into an album where it'll be music and storytelling, but also somewhat of an educational point to it, where you can learn about the First Nations and the pioneers and the Métis and the trials and tribulations that all those different groups went through and still going through in some cases.
Right.
So I'm working on that, and otherwise I'm just doing what I can do like everybody else.
Yeah. So have you got a bit of a circuit then that you're going to be doing here in March and April? I know you're coming to Nanton. Where else will people be able to find you right now? Are you working on booking some?
Yeah, well, so the way it works is, a lot of the venues that I would play in terms of theaters or community events and what have you, a lot of those places you're booking about a year in advance. So in some cases, I've been rebooked 3 times just because of the pandemic situation, but so is everybody else. So in some bookings I lost. So the way it works is it takes another couple of years really before I can get back on kind of a circuit, I think, because it's going to take that long to catch up, because a lot of the venues, what they're doing, and rightly so, they're rebooking the artists they had booked before.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of, maybe a couple years behind. But this month, at least, I'm getting down to Nanton, and then the next day I'm in Red Deer at the Velvet Olive with the trio, and then I'm back in Edmonton for, I think, 3 shows in the area, and then I've got a few things in the summer and some good shows coming up in the fall, hopefully, with the trio or with the full band, and really depends on the venue and what's feasible in terms of whether I play as a duo, a trio, or a full band. And in the Nanton case, we're bringing the trio down, and we're a solid trio. I've got a couple of great musicians that play with me, that have been with me now for a couple of years. One is Mark Ladisser, who plays mandolin and lead guitar and back vocals, well known in the bluegrass community, amongst other things. And a young fella named John Hewitt, who plays bass for me and does back vocals, but he's also a guitar player, and he's a solo artist in his own right with a few albums out and doing quite well. So I've got these fellows with me, and then when I have a drummer or a steel guitar player or something, I add those into the mix with people that normally will play in my band for different shows. So for Nat, we're bringing the trio. We're bringing a couple of good sets of music, all original tunes, and at least one song we're going to add to the list, which is a new song that I've written quite recently, which no one's heard yet. So we're going to play it in Nanton. So for anyone who wants to hear a song for the first time and be part of that moment, come to the show, and we'll put it on for you.
That's great. Elaine Mitchell, who actually I believe lives in Edmonton, she said that sounds awesome. She's got family, Mitchell family in Nanton here, so she tunes into the show quite a bit. And the whole point of us doing this show is to support people like Mike Cooper and his endeavors in trying to, put these events on in town, promote them, and promote, musicians like yourself. So I think one of the best way to promote, and we don't have a lot of time in the show left, and we got a couple things we got to do, is to have you actually perform one of your songs to give everybody kind of an idea of your flavor.
Okay, well, I was thinking about what I was going to play today, but when Pam was talking about Highway 2 and everybody drives through Nanton, I'm going to throw the capo on here because I'm going to do this song. It's off my latest album called Running on the Edge, and it's a song about Highway 2. A little bit quirky, but it's basically, you can never drive fast enough on Highway 2, right? Doesn't matter what you do. It's someone's always on your tail. So that's what this song is about.
Okay, take it over.
How many times driving Highway 2 have I been passed by some crazy fool? And all I know, it's a gamble. You need both hands on the wheel. Hold on tight, leave your nose just right, keep your eyes on the mirror. And I can never speed enough for you. Right lane, left lane, doesn't matter what I do. Northbound or southbound, it's a race of fools. Just another day on Highway 2. How many signs I've passed on the road that clearly show how fast your truck can go. And in no matter of time, your grill is on my tail. Forget the signs, follow the lines, your ticket's in the mail. And I can never speed enough for you. Right lane, left lane, doesn't matter what I do. Northbound or southbound, it's a race of fools. Just another day on Highway 2. This is where Mark would give maybe a wicked mandolin solo or something during the show.
We'll imagine.
Just imagine that for a minute.
Yeah, we can imagine it.
How many cars I've counted in the ditch? Snow on the road, cruise control, hey, that's a risky mix. And all I know, to gamble, you need both hands on the wheel. Hold on tight, leave your nose just right, keep your eyes on the mirror. And I can never speed enough for you. Right lane, left lane, doesn't matter what I do. Northbound or southbound, it's a race of fools. Just another day on Highway 2. I said northbound or southbound, it's a race of fools. Just another day on Highway 2. Yes, sir.
Awesome. Nice job. Nice job. Well, thank you very much. We appreciate you coming on. We had a Facebook user here. Sometimes they're anonymous. We can't see who they are. So you got an anonymous a fan here who's saying, awesome, great show, and love that song. Here, I'll pull that out for a second. So there you got a fan right there. And then John Dozman. Oh, we got a lot of comments coming in. So John Dozman said, awesome. Gary Buster said, good song, so true. Shalane says, what a great song, so true, Highway 2. And Elaine, little round of applause for you. Truth put to music. Oh, we got another one. Oh, not me this time. They said, not me this time. So, and then.
I just wanted to jump in too and say thanks to Mike and Mosquito Creek Music for hosting. I want to just point out that, as Mike had mentioned earlier, one of the things we're working towards is keeping the hall going. And I drive by that hall quite often. In fact, my cousin used to run the museum across the street from there. And so I've got a bit of a local connection in that area. But I'm from small town Alberta. I know what it's like to keep things going. And so this concert, if it helps, bring people in, and a big share of the ticket sales are actually going to the hall, as part of this. So if the locals can come out and support, the hall, support the community, get some live music fix, and basically enjoy a show. We're going to bring a show to Nanton that hasn't been there yet. And just in closing, I should mention that 2 years ago, almost to the day, we were going to play in Nanton. And if 2 years ago, almost to the day, if you remember, the world kind of made a little slight alteration.
Yeah.
So really, it's been 2 years in the making. So we're anxious to come to Nanton and bring our show and meet a whole bunch of new folks and share our music and stories.
Yeah, I know we were talking about that story. You said it's almost to the day 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
That you were actually supposed to be in Nanton. So if people, appreciate and want to support and grow the local music, then, come out to the show. Come out and support it and support the community center. And let's raise some money to keep that thing open so that we can all enjoy it in the future. I'm going to just pop up a few more comments that we were popping up while you were talking there. I have a feeling this is maybe a relative of yours. Is Lori somebody you know well?
Yeah, we used to live together.
Oh, did you? Okay. So
she's my sister.
Is she? Okay. So Lori says, going to be a great show. And then we also had somebody saying, can't wait for this concert. And Vanessa and Jason said, encore. So, well, thank you very much. I'll pass that thank you on to Mike. He's moved over to the side here because we've got our resident comedian that has to come in and use the microphone now because she's got a joke to tell everybody. So we're going to find out if it's a good one or if it's a groaner here in a second. But thank you very much, Tim, for taking the time to come on and entertain us a little bit and tell us a little bit about you.
Thanks for hosting, and thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it. See you on the 25th.
25th. Okay, Friday the 25th of March in Nanton. Tim Isberg. Okay, have a great weekend there, buddy. Okay, thank you very much. Now, let's get to the last final things that we have to do here on the show. One is we have to do our joke of the week with Mackenzie Dozman. And we also have to do our Catch the Kitten. So we're going to find out if, in fact, we've got... Now let's see. I don't know if... And you have to be on here. So I know that earlier Garrett had commented with number 13. Let me see if I can find that again, because he had put a comment here guessing which number they were going to land on. There it is there. Now, Garrett, if you're still in here while Mackenzie is telling the joke, then let us know. If you're still in here, you can play. I got $150 cash you can win and $80 in gift certificates for Fresh Mart. So let us know if you're still here. If not, we're going to get everybody else to guess, and the first person who guesses in the list will be officially the person who we're going to see if they win. Everybody can guess, and we'll see if anybody else got it right when we play it. But right now, Garrett is the one who's guessed first.
He says he's here.
Oh, Garrett's here. Okay. Well, Garrett, if you're here, then you're playing. So everybody else, you can put your guesses in, and we'll find out if anybody guesses properly. And then we're going to do Mackenzie's Joke of the Week. Okay, we got some guesses coming in. So Garrett did say he's here. Lee says he's going to guess number 9, number 7, number 4, and another number 7. Garrett guessed number 13, and Garrett is officially the one who's playing. But if anybody, Oscar says 10. Okay, if you want to keep guessing, we'll just find out if anybody else actually guesses it correctly. Not that you're going to win this, because the only person who can win right now is Garrett. So, Garrett, let's see that. You got number 13. That's what you guessed. Let's put that up on the screen, and let's now play Catch the Kitten. So, let's take a look and see if you win. Wah, wah, wah.
Chelan would have won.
Chelan, I saw that. So I was looking at some of the other guesses here, and it looks like, so Barb said 3, John said 16, Tom said 3, and Chelan said 6. So if Chelan had got the answer in first, she would have actually won with 6. But she had 2 guesses. She had 6 and 15. Lorraine said 16, and Garrett, yep. You're right, so close, but no cigar. So that means that we are going to add another $10 to the pot next week. So we are going to have $160 that we're going to give away next week. So I'm excited. I want this to get up to like 300, 500. That would be awesome. We have to get it going a little faster, though, I think. So, okay, so Mackenzie Dozeman, you are a resident comedian now. So we're going to leave it up to you to end the show off before our Highway 533 band does with a great joke for the week. So Mackenzie Dozeman's Joke of the Week. Take it away there, Mac.
Okay, so why don't cannibals eat clowns?
Oh, goodness. Is this suitable for this show?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Why don't...
Because they taste funny.
Oh, that's not bad. Okay. Why don't cannibals eat clowns? Because they taste funny. Okay, that's not too bad. Well, thank you very much, Mac. There's your Joke of the Week.
I also wanted to bring up that the skating carnival is tomorrow for the Nanton Skating Club.
That's true.
It's at 1 o'clock at the Tom Horniker Recreation Center.
Okay.
So
1 o'clock. Make sure you go down to the Tom Horniker THRC Recreation Center. And, oh, look at this, Dan. She a groaner. Get a groaner on that one. But your dad, of course, your dad is always there to support you. He's laughing his butt off.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so don't forget about that skating carnival happening tomorrow. Hi, Amanda. Hello, Amanda. Bye, Amanda. Okay, so we'll see you later, okay?
Okay.
I'll see you tomorrow at the skating carnival. I'll be there too.
Bye.
Okay, we are going to bring in our house band, and I think we are going to say goodbye to everybody. Before we do, we have to, like every week, we have to say thanks to our sponsors, of course. So let's make sure we say thank you to Remax first, and I'm just going to make sure that we put that up there for everybody to see. There we go. Remax first, and residential home values have increased by 11% in the last 10 months. Number of homes sold this year is 74. The 5-year average amount of homes sold in Nanton is 42. That's an increase of 37%. On average, it will take you 70 days to sell your home in Nanton compared to 116 days to sell last year. Jen Hanley and Simon Hunt are your Nanton real estate experts. Visit our downtown Nanton office next to Because I Said So, who was on the show today. With over 24 years of combined experience and an office in Calgary and Nanton, we bring big city marketing tools to rural Alberta. You always have 2 realtors working for you and with you. So again, thanks to our sponsor and thanks to our house band. What do you guys think of Tim's song there? You enjoyed that?
Oh, it was a good one. It was a good one.
Seems like a lot of people really enjoyed it. So,
I love Tim's voice. I was hoping he was going to do No Cigarettes. That's probably one of my favorite songs of his.
Well, you know what? He's still here with us. I could see him. Let me just ask him. Tim, are you going to do No Cigarettes at your concert?
It's possible. It's quite possible. You never know. I haven't made the list yet, but
okay. So, that's a good way to keep people in suspense. So, Jason,
one of my favorites.
Jason, if you possibly want to hear No Cigarettes, go to his concert because he might play it for you. So, okay.
Thanks for saying so, Jason.
Okay, guys, we are going to take a break here for the week, and we'll see you guys next week on Good Morning Nanton Live. You guys can take us out. Thank you very much for being here, everybody. And sorry to Garrett that you didn't win Catch the Kitten today, but we'll try again next week. See you guys.
Last night I broke the seal on a Jim Beam decanter that looks like Elvis. I soaked the label off a Flintstone jelly bean jar. Cleared us off the place on that one little table that you left us. Pulled me up a big old piece of floor. I pulled the head off Elvis. Filled Fred up to his pelvis. Yeah, but the king is gone, so are you. Round about 10 y'all got talking about Graceland, bedrock and such. Conversation finally turned to women, but they said they didn't get around too much. Elvis said find 'em young, and Fred said old-fashioned girls are fun. Yabba-dabba-doo, the king is gone, so are you. Later on it finally hit me that you wouldn't be coming home no more. 'Cause this time I know you won't forgive me, like all of them other times before. And I broke Elvis's nose, pouring the last drop from his toes. Yabba-dabba-doo, the king is gone, and so are you. Yabba-dabba-doo, the king is gone, so are you. Last night I broke the seal on a Jim Beam decanter that looked like Elvis. I soaked the label off a Flintstone jelly bean jar.